and that is quantum physics. And you say, like, what the hell does quantum physics have to do with anything in my life? Well, I'll tell you. There are four known forces in nature. There's the strong nuclear force, the weak nuclear force, gravity, and the electromagnetic force. And so for the next couple of days, I'm going to deal with all four of these. But today I'm going to start with the weak nuclear force because this is the one that you really need to be careful of, right? And I'm going to break this down in terms of relationships, people. Because at the end of the day, what's really important is how we relate to one another, is the key to understanding life. Because if we can't figure out how to get along, then we fail. It's like Doc said, we all live together as brothers or die together as fools. So, with that being said, you need to understand the weak nuclear force, because the weak nuclear force is the force of nature or force of the universe. It has to do with nuclear fission. That is like what we understand nuclear power to be, the nuclear reactors that power our electrical grid, that power nuclear ships and submarines, that listen, all of that's a form of fission. And what this weak force really has to do with is decay. See, it's a funny thing that the weak nuclear force can actually give off energy for short periods because actually it was out. It's just like anything else, like gasoline or electricity, all of these different things that they have a life or a time that they're active. The weak nuclear force, when it comes, you might find seems to give you energy at the onset. That they might seem to be about your program. But given a sufficient timeline, and that may vary, that eventually that relationship will begin to cause decay. And it will begin to wear on you and grind you down to the point where you feel you're pretty much either used up or worn out. And that's a relationship that you don't want to happen. Now, this is not to say that these relationships aren't useful, because nuclear fission is really useful. Likewise, kinds of relationships can be under the life of them. You have to understand life cycles of things, because everything has a expiration date. And if you find yourself in a relationship that is causing you some emotional, spiritual, or physical decay, then at the point that you detect the decay, that's when it's time to get rid of it. Because even the fuel rods for nuclear reactors have to be replaced periodically. And so that is the weak nuclear force. Now, I'm really interested in how you see this applied to your life. I mean, I can explain it for me, and I did, just for the record, just basically I did. But I want to know how it plays out in your life. Tell me what you think. Hit me up in the comments. And if you have any questions, or if you don't want to discuss it publicly, you can always inbox me and I'll respond. But in any case, I'm really curious as to what your thoughts are on the weak nuclear force. And that pretty much wraps up what we're going to talk about today. So next time, may you be happy, may you be well, and may you be filled with peace.